All right, so this is our video on fractals. So fractals are a geometric figure which repetitively gets smaller with each repetition. And the history of fractals kind of dates back to 1975 when they were discovered by Benoit Mandelbrot. He just kind of put it into words. He didn't really discover it fully, but he explained them as being geometric shapes that when divided into parts would be a smaller replica of the whole shape. And he came up with the term fractal as the new scientific term for this mathematical expression. And it is actually an adaptation of the Latin word fractus. It means broken or fractured, and the concepts behind fractals have been around for centuries, but it wasn't until Mandelbrot had his realization that these great mathematical masterpieces were discovered. Fractals can also be found in nature, which is where Benoit's first research began. You got it. Keep going.
Okay. So, his investigational report, How Long is the Coast of Britain? Statistical Self-Similarity and Fractional Dimension was the first step in his eventual discovery of fractals. So Mandelbrot fractals were discovered first, so they were the most well-known fractals. And Benoit is now known as the father of fractal geometry, so they remain the most popular today. Their shape is similar to a turtle with many legs and like a very large head. And there are programs available that allow you to layer several brots, as they are called normally as a single image. This creates a great spectacle for the eyes as fractals converge together to create amazing designs, known as brots in the fractal community. You will find many designs in our Mandelbrot Fractal Gallery.
Get out, it's my turn. Okay, so there's a different type of fractal called Julia fractals, which were discovered by Gaston Julia and praised by Mandelbrot after his discovery. So Julia's principles were close to the findings of another great mathematician of that era, which was Pierre Fatau, or whatever, however you say that name. They spent a deal of time working together to come up with what is known as the generalized Fatou-Julia theorem. The Mode of Designs is a big fan of Julia fractals and will be showing you just how interesting fractal art can be with the Julia set. Oh, nope. It's fine.
So, there's also a type of fractal called Newton fractals. And they were derived from Isaac Newton's method. They create a totally different look than most fractal sets. So, Newton fractals are just proof that Isaac Newton was a terrific mathematician for his time, and they have a very crisp and clean look to their geometric shape.
So, fractal sets are created by algorithms that, in addition to ordinary integer numbers, also contain so-called imaginary numbers. This allows fractals to behave in a much more complex way and describe more complex systems than ordinary numbers. Another thing is nature seems to have a favorite type of shape, and nature prefers that a structure looks similar whether you look at it from close up or from a distance. This is known as self-similarity, and you can see it in almost any natural object or process you look at. You can see it in clouds, mountain ranges, coastlines, trees, your own hair, rivers, blood vessels, or the branching shapes of your lungs. And those are kind of examples of fractals because it's they have completely different shapes based on how you look at them. So despite their seeming complexity, one of the most remarkable facts about fractals is that they can be created from the most simplest shapes. All versions of one of the most popular fractals, named Pythagoras tree, starts from a simple line or square and reiterate to create a beautiful tree made from the same simple shape scaled down according to a specific ratio. And another fact about fractals is that they've become practically indispensable in video game graphics. Their beauty, simplicity, and flexibility allows developers to use them for recreating the most complex scenarios with very little difficulty and a high level of details, offering remarkable image quality and unprecedented rendering speeds. And sacred geometry involves the use of geometric patterns and ratios that are seen to be by some of the building blocks of life and that have gained significant popularity among New Age thinkers. Fractals are a part of this geometry, and the spiral trees and intricate triangle shapes are believed to harmonize one's energy body and assist with some energy healing practices. Thank you for watching our video. I appreciate you for staying around, and fractals are cool, fractals are sweet. Thanks.
Go Discreters.